Shotgun with Charlie.
Riding shotgun refers to the practice of sitting next to the driver in a moving vehicle. The term riding shotgun came around after the time of the stagecoach, when somebody used to sit next to the driver holding a shotgun, in case they ran into bandits. My name is Charlie Cook, and I drive a lot. I like to talk to people while I'm driving, so I interview people in my car while I'm driving. Welcome to Riding Shotgun with Charlie. All right, let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this episode of Riding Shotgun with Charlie. We have a couple of guys with me. In the back seat, we have Steve Jenkins. And in the passenger seat, in the shotgun seat, we have Mike, whose last name I can't say.
Solo Yacker.
There we go. Now, you probably don't know their names, but you've probably seen their faces. These are two guys that had guns pointed at their heads in Miami while they were fishing. And that is what we're going to spend some time talking about today. Now, before we get to that, tell us about yourself, Mike.
My name's Mike Taylor. I go by Solo Yacker on YouTube, and I was just a gun guy that was out expressing my rights, and all of a sudden, after Miami, I turned a gun activist. So, thank you, Miami, for making me fight for all of our rights. Plain and simple.
The bad news and the good news. The
bad and good news. It's all good news because we don't stand for people trampling on our rights. At the end of the day, don't mess with our rights.
Gotcha. Now, how did you get into gun stuff?
I was out actually fishing one day, and I had purchased my firearms. I didn't have my concealed weapon.
You weren't fishing with a gun, were you?
No, I was not at the time. But I knew about the open carry law here in Florida while you're fishing, hunting, and camping. I just had not feel comfortable doing it. And one day I was fishing about 3 o'clock in the morning, and a couple guys decided to try to rob me. And all I had to do was defend myself with my fishing pole. But ever since that day, guess what? I was out there open carrying while I was fishing, hunting, or camping.
Defend yourself with the fishing pole?
Yeah, that's how I had to do it.
Like a sword?
Just like a sword, but
oh my God.
But with a fiberglass rod. That was it.
Oh my God, that's gonna leave a mark.
It was gonna leave a mark on them, but at the same time, if they would have had firearms or if they would have had a knife, it might have been a completely different story.
Oh, absolutely. Oh my God, absolutely. All right, so 3 in the morning.
And it kept going. Like as soon as that happened, swung my poles, left out of there.
Yeah.
And then from there, I kind of got into Florida carry. I was like, something, I need to start protecting myself until I do get my concealed weapons license.
Right.
Until that happens, and for me, I was fishing 4 to 5 days a week. So that was part of my life, was fishing.
Now, do you eat the fish?
I love fish. I snook fish, I snapper fish, I grouper fish. You name the fish, I catch it, and I love eating them.
All right, cool. I was smacked with a fish.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, that's
right in the face.
By my father. I was a little kid.
Oh,
right, and that's why I don't fish.
Oh man, that's unfortunate.
I know. I'm not a fish guy. That's all right. All right, cool. So that's your scoop. Steve, tell us about you. You can scoot up a little bit so people can see you too.
Sure.
You're a handsome, strapping young man.
Oh, thank you, Charlie.
So, not that I want to switch, but I'm just...
It's okay. It's okay now.
Right.
I'm originally from Baltimore, Maryland, largely gun control state.
Yeah.
Grew up with my father hunting. Moved to Florida 1999, 2000. Our gun laws are a little bit more lax here than they are up north
up
on
in
the
Maryland,
East Coast.
Sure.
And got my concealed weapons permit, I think it was 2002. And enjoy fishing. Michael and I have been fishing many a times together.
Yes, we have.
As Michael said, Miami Beach was a whole nother day out there on the pier.
How did you guys become? I don't want to interrupt. How did you guys become friends? Like it's to me, it seems weird that you both go fishing. This happens, and then I get you guys in the car.
Well, we actually met through Florida Carry, one of the fishing events that was held down in Region 11 by our region lead at the time, which was Chris Philpott.
Yeah.
Quick shout out to Chris.
Hi.
So, we met at I think it was Hillsborough Inlet Park.
Yes, sir.
Had a wonderful day fishing, and I think since then we've probably attended 15, 20 events together.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
At least 15.
Very cool.
And this is across the state, not just one area. Like, we've gone from Miami to Hillsborough,
Tallahassee.
I mean, everywhere. And that's the great thing about gun people, is that we all stick together. Whether you open carry, concealed carry, whatever, however you want to carry, we don't care.
Mm-hmm.
We just want everybody to stand up for our rights. As gun owners, we need to stand up together and fight these anti-gunners.
Very cool. You guys came a long way. So we're here in Dunellen, Florida, for the Florida Carry. It's a mouthful.
Region 5.
Florida Carry Region 5 meet and greet Q&A. And I'm going to be one of the speakers. Kevin Sona is the gentleman that set all this up. How far did you drive?
I drove just about 4.5 hours today.
4.5 hours.
3.5 hours.
3.5 hours. You said yours could have been 3.5 hours?
It could have been.
Yeah, it depends on 95 and how you drive.
Right.
A little bit of traffic through West Palm Beach.
Gotcha. So, I mean, 3 hours is a big commitment. I'll tell you where I'm from. Sometimes I hate to say this, and I hate to say this about other gun owners, but they don't, sometimes they don't have that kind of commitment. And that's a big commitment for you guys. I mean, 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I don't know if I would drive 3.5 hours.
To be honest, right now, especially here in Florida, we've got ban assault weapons now, bond. You've got March of Our Lives, Moms Demand Action, and they are really, really stressing these gun rights on us, like these gun control rights or whatever they want to call them.
Right.
Just a full-out assault on our rights.
Yeah, full on.
Absolutely. And a lot of people, like, when people start talking about carry stuff, Florida was the first state.
Yeah.
Back in 1987, they were the first ones to have a concealed carry permit, I believe.
Yeah.
And the pendulum started to swing the other way.
Yeah. It's totally swung the other way here in Florida. And it's not that open carry is for everybody here in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about just open carry. It's about our rights. And they are slowly taking away each and every one of them. They're saying, all right, give it to the criminals, because the criminals aren't going to be there giving their guns away.
Mm-hmm.
It's just going to be us, because we don't want to be persecuted as felons doing the right thing.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not doing anything illegal. It's legal to open carry. You can open carry when you're fishing and hunting and camping.
Absolutely.
To and from one of those exempted activities also.
Right. So I'm open carrying now because I'm coming from a carry event, a camping event, and I'm going to a camping event.
Absolutely. Right. 100%. That's why, I'm sitting here. I've got the AR right now, and
you got your Glock on your hip.
I got my Glock.
Right. Now let's hear what you. I know, right? We're having a rundown of what he's carrying.
He's actually carrying a couple more than I am.
Carrying a Glock 19 on a drop leg holster and a 9mm revolver, basically on my hip with snake shot in it, being that we're camping and we do with snakes here in Florida.
Yeah, I didn't think about snake shot when I came down.
Yeah, that's okay.
So there's a Walmart here. I might have to stop by.
That's all right. We got some pulled pork. We got a barbecue going on. That's all I know.
Awesome.
Tomorrow is going to be a phenomenal day. We've got the. I'm really hoping you've got the pledge or the national anthem on your trumpet.
I am going to be playing the national anthem on my trumpet.
All right, good. That's what I hollered at you on YouTube, and I'm glad you're doing it.
Yeah.
And this is going to be awesome.
It's going to be cool, man. Cool. All right, so you had an incident that got you pushed you to get your carry permit. You've been a shooter for a long time. You moved down here from Maryland. You guys met at a Florida carry event. Tell us how this Miami situation started, and let's talk about that.
Keith, I'm gonna let you start it out, man.
All right. We met down Miami Beach. It was 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning.
Was this a Florida carry thing, or
It was a Florida carry event.
Okay.
Chris Philpott again was the one that organized the event.
Yeah.
We met down there. We were on the pier roughly 45 minutes or an hour. We had a park ranger come up and speak with us for a few minutes, trying to tell us what we were doing was unlawful. We informed him that he was incorrect, and next thing we know, we had 6 police officers with guns drawn pointed at our heads.
Wow.
Yeah. Interesting.
Holy crap! So you guys wear your brown pants when you go fishing?
At the beginning, it was all good, and then it was just a shit show afterwards. Let's just say that. I'm sorry, YouTube. It was a poop show. Show. I'm sorry. My bad. But yeah, and after that, it was just And we tried to, or at least I was kind of like the voice. Now I won't say I was the voice for everybody, but I was the loudest one there, and
definitely vocal.
I was vocal for sure. And I kept trying to tell them, like, look, it's lawful. Look at that piece of paper, and you know, it happens. And
I mean, I'm not going to dog the cops, but a lot of times cops don't know what the laws are, and you'll find out that guys that are into it, guys like us, know what the laws are, because we want to stay within the laws, and we don't want to get in trouble for doing something stupid, but we're not breaking the laws with this stuff.
Absolutely, and that's why we do what we do. We want to educate people to know what they can and cannot do, and that's the key thing: is law-abiding citizens are not there to hurt people. We're not here to hurt anybody.
Right.
We want to educate and say, hey, this is what you can do, and this is what you can't do. And unfortunately, that day it was.
So they came. What happened next?
They put us in cuffs. I actually have shoulder impingement syndrome in my left shoulder and my right shoulder, and they injured me. They injured Keith as well, and it was just a really unfortunate set of events that could have probably been avoided if they just had known the law. If they had known.
Now, I heard that they knew that you guys were coming and that this was going to be happening.
100%.
And this was a little bit of a big publicity stunt for them?
We will find out here soon.
So things are still pending.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's still litigation pending.
Wow.
Yeah,
so you can't talk about everything.
Not everything, but it's coming.
Banging a Yui here. Woo! Welcome to the Commonwealth, baby.
Yeah. Welcome to Florida.
Can we write on red?
Yes, you can.
Yes, we are.
And definitely those things are coming.
So, not everyone I've talked to has had cops point guns at them.
No.
It's got to be a little,
a little unnerving.
Even on my channel on Soliaker, I've had 4 police interactions. 2 of them went really well, where they actually talked to me like a human being and then I've had 2 go completely sideways. One was Miami, and then one was in my own hometown in Port St. Lucie. I'm sure he'll put a link in the below and let you all see those videos. But
I know it's like YouTube. We'll put a link below. You check it out.
But you know, we're not out there trying to get this interaction with police. We're actually out there trying to say, hey, these are our rights. And when they go sideways, somebody has to be held accountable. Yeah. Just like I want to be held accountable when I do something wrong.
Right, when you make a mistake.
Yeah.
Sure.
The whole point of Florida Carry is actually it's education. You know, we're not out there to intimidate in any way. It's there to educate, the people and police department.
Right.
And with the Miami incident, the police department's going to get a good education.
Going to get a good education. Yeah, I honestly, I remember watching the video, and Kevin was telling me, he's like, dude, those are some of our guys. I'm like, holy crap. And then you see the comments from stuff, you see the comments from people, and it's just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I see him directly, and
right?
it's over 5,600 comments, and
yikes. And now my deal is this: I'm not an open carry guy.
It's okay.
Like it's not for me. In Massachusetts, it's legal to open carry, but no one open carries because there's a boatload of anti-gun folks.
Right.
So they're gonna freak out about it.
Right.
But being down here, seeing people carry, just a little different, Yeah.
If you actually don't know, Florida is actually the #1 state for concealed weapons license holders. There's more concealed weapons license holders here in Florida than any other state in the United States.
Wow. So that's pretty wild.
I mean, 1 in 11 Floridians have a concealed weapons license here. 1 in 11. 1 in 11.
Wow. So that's what, like, whatever the math is.
I think it's, we'll do the math. We'll put that in the link description below.
Yeah, no, we won't. We're not guys.
But that's how serious it is. We're a very gun state.
I don't think this is
out of 40,
supposed to be on, is it?
Yeah, it'll be fine. Oh yeah, I think we're alright.
Is it?
It's new.
Maybe. All right, maybe it is.
No,
we have enough people here that are gun oriented that it's not that big a deal. And
right, it's not
45 states. 45 states have the open carry law if you choose.
Right. Yeah, to me it's just a little weird. And my, I was telling someone else recently about this. My attitude is, well, if I'm open carrying someplace, and I'm open carrying at the bank is what we always use. But if I'm open carrying someplace and a bad guy comes in, I'm going to be the first guy that he shoots, and that's where I'm going to err on the side of, yeah, not me. And I believe that concealed is concealed, and rock on. If you want to concealed carry,
either way,
mum's the word.
Yeah.
But I'm not.
Statistical data does not prove any of that.
It doesn't, because I mean, we can't. How can you determine crimes that were not committed,
or even vice versa?
Right.
Who was open carrying and got taken down by the bad guy?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I hear you.
For the most part, if you see a guy with a gun, are you going to him or away from him? Generally. Mm-hmm. And that's how I look at it. And most criminals are not looking for the hard target.
They're looking for easy targets. Exactly. Absolutely. Yeah, and I'm with you on that. They are looking for easy targets. I guess when I see someone that's carrying, I'm like, all right, well, that guy's had some training. He's probably passed a background check, so he's not a criminal. What are the odds he's going to start committing crimes today? Chances are slim.
90% slim. You know, the worst case scenario, he's had the worst day of his life. Wife got shot. This, that. You could put straw men up all day.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, majority, you, me, Keith, we're all people that are not trying to hurt anybody. We're just out there trying to protect ourselves, our families, our loved ones. If worst case scenario that we happen to be in an active shooter, I feel that I'm not going to run away from the situation. It may cost me my life, but at least I feel I'm going to go and fight instead of flight. Yeah. And that's how I feel about that.
That's cool. It's, to me, carrying death tools, carrying a gun, carrying knives, it's having the ability to be able to protect me and my kids. And I know that, we have these Good Samaritan laws, and I don't know how I feel about people calling them Good Samaritans, because it sounds like they're, I don't know, Puritans or something. I don't know.
Right.
But I carry what I carry to protect me and my kids, and that's it.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's it. And obviously scenarios are different. And if somebody's robbing a bank, or if they're pointing a gun in my direction, that's two different scenarios. But very cool. Cool.
Absolutely.
And now tell me about your YouTube page. YouTube channel.
It's mainly just fishing and just.
You guys down here in Florida like to fish?
Yeah, here in Florida. if you want to know where the big snook are, holler at Solo Yacker, because you got to look at some of my older stuff, because that's when I was really fishing. Ever since the Miami incident, I turned into a gun activist. So you're gonna see a split where it's like fishing and then gun activist.
Boom!
Yeah, it was one. It went from one to the other, but for the most part, big snook, grouper. I mean, I just love to fish. I've been fishing since I was 8 years old, and I'm almost 40 now. So
yeah, you don't have to tell us your age.
Man!
I
did it again.
All right, ladies, she's not single either. So
I'm not single. Yeah, right there. Happily married with a baby on the way. So.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. All right, so tell us more about you. What have you done since all this stuff's been going on?
A lot of work. Spent a lot of time at work. When I can, I'm out there, fishing where I can.
Yeah.
Growing up in Maryland, Chesapeake Bay, a lot of time on the water growing up, a lot of time on boats, and in my spare time, this is what I do. I'm out fishing, camping, hunting.
Fishing, camping, and hunting.
Yeah. That's what we do here in Florida. I mean,
fishing, camping, hunting.
That's why they created this law here for fishing, hunting, and camping, and that's for Floridians, whether you're from South Florida to North Florida to everywhere in between. That's what we do here. At the end of the day, we fish, hunt, and camp. And if you're trying to take that away from us, I promise you, there's gonna be millions of us coming to politicians. If you're listening, don't mess with our law. All right, I'm telling you, don't mess with it.
And for anybody out there wondering, the Florida statute that we are actually using here to be able to lawfully open carry firearms would be 790-25 subsection 3 subsection H, which allows you to open carry while fishing, hunting, camping, going to and from one of those 3 exempted activities.
Now, we were wondering this earlier. how far in advance do you have to be going to the range? Like, can I go if I'm open carrying on Monday and I go to the range on Thursday? Am I on the way to the range?
No, no.
Okay.
It only works
Directly to
to
and from.
And that's another funny thing about I do have people ask me about the gun range thing.
Yeah.
Your gun range has to allow you to open carry into the range. So if you decide you want to carry an AR-15 to the gun range, sure, you can open carry to it, but they have to allow you into it. A lot of places, especially the private ones, don't allow open carry while you're fishing or going to that gun range.
Really?
So that's why we don't really preach the going to a gun range.
Going to the range, right?
Right. Some places do, some places don't. So look into your local gun range to really talk about if that is allowed.
I would have to double check, but I believe the law says for target practice. It doesn't actually say gun range.
Gun range, right?
For target practice, because you can go shooting other places. We're going to go for a little bit more here because the batteries haven't died yet. So this guy's getting low, and I think that one's getting a little low.
Yeah.
All right, so going to and from, it doesn't.
Going back to the to and from, let's use fishing for example. If we're going to the fishing event, along the way you can't stop for bait because now you're no longer going to fishing. You're going to get bait.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Same thing coming home. You're stopping for fuel because you've run low on fuel. You're now going from to get fuel. You're not actually coming from fishing going home or going to your
right. I think in Jersey they call that any unnecessary deviation.
Yep.
And you can't have any unnecessary deviation. So if you're low on gas, you can't get gas.
You're gonna have to disarm.
You would have to cover up or disarm and cover up if you have a concealed weapons license or permit.
Exactly.
Okay, so if you don't have a carry permit, this is all right. So I love Adam Carolla.
Okay.
Adam Carolla. Well, thank you. A week ago, I got to be on stage with the Ace Man. So he's got a segment that he calls Florida or Germany.
Okay.
Right? And then crazy things happen. You have to figure out if it's Florida or Germany. So you don't have to have a permit if you're to open carry, but if you're camping, fishing, or hunting. But you do have to have one if you're going to carry concealed.
Correct.
Only if you're not engaged in the activity.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's such that's what we're fighting. And
right.
We want to try to make it a little bit easier for people to understand. Like, all right, you have a concealed weapons license, you can open carry, or you can conceal. Okay, no problem. But for that person that cannot afford the concealed weapons license, we would love to have them be able to protect themselves while they're engaged. What we do here in Florida,
right?
And that's what that's about. That's what we do.
How much is the permit?
About $150. When you go to the government, it's about $150 roughly, and then there's about a $60 concealed weapons course that you have to take. So you're looking at $200 bucks, $210.
Cost of fingerprinting.
Yep. Fingerprinting.
Yes.
Yeah.
How much does it cost to fingerprint? I teach.
It's right around.
Oh my God! I teach
210.
I teach Utah classes. I throw in a set of fingerprints to people.
Nice.
On my place, really. Sometimes I throw in 2 sets.
Call our Florida legislation and tell them to change it because we would love it.
This is what I don't get, and I'll say this as a Utah guy, is, and people ask me, they're like, can I use this? Can I use these fingerprints to get my Florida permit? I'm like, you know what, dude? Florida's not like the rest of us. Florida or Germany. I don't know. I don't know if you can use these permits because Florida says they want police officers.
And they want electronic fingerprints now, too.
Electronic fingerprints?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
You have to send in the card, but it's also done electronically now.
How do they know if a cop did the fingerprints? That's what I want to know because I sign them.
The fingerprint card is actually signed by the agency.
I signed the fingerprint. It just says person fingerprinted.
Yeah. As long as they're not smudged, don't push.
Roll. Some people roll them back and forth. I'm like, one time, left to right.
Yep,
that's it, left to right.
I got my permit back in, like I said, 2002, so I'm sure the cards have changed a little bit over the years also.
Right.
Things have changed. I mean, for me, when I got mine, and this is literally like, when I got my concealed weapons license, this was after our detainment in Miami. Like, we showed up on a Saturday. On Monday, I got my concealed weapons license.
Whoa, you're not fooling around.
No. It was like literally 3 days. And
it arrived in 3 days. But I applied
probably
about 2.5 months earlier.
About 2 months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a month and a half.
That sounds more like the government.
Yeah. But once again, it was just like when I went in, everything was electronic. I stuck my hand on a palm print and that was it.
All the fingerprints go where they need to go. So the ranges down here in Massachusetts, all the ranges, there are 2 places that are public ranges, and they're indoor ranges. You go in, you pay a fee. If you aren't a member, then I hate to say pay someone to babysit you, but then you pay for someone to come keep an eye on you,
right.
So you don't hurt yourself and other people. All of the other clubs are, like the sportsmen's clubs, are all private clubs. You have to be a member. Well, what's it like down here? Are there public ranges where you can go and say, hey, for $15 or $20 an hour, you can go down and shoot?
There's a couple ranges that are public. Public ranges. Usually they're run by FWC.
FWC is
Florida Wildlife Commission.
Okay. And we also have private ranges, privately owned.
Yeah.
And that's about 80 to 90% of most of our ranges down here are all private. And once again, those private ranges, some do, some don't.
Some
allowed to open carry.
Yeah.
And then if you wanted to try to say draw from the holster, most of these private ranges do not
do that.
It's you stick it on the board in front of you, pick it up, draw.
That doesn't bode well for somebody who wants to.
That's not how you get to
train.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. If you want to become more of a defensive shooter and run through scenarios and stuff like
Absolutely.
that. And that's kind of weird how they can. I don't want to tell businesses how they can run their business, but it seems to me that if you had a range and you wanted, and people want to draw from the holster, maybe you should put some requirements in and say, hey, we offer this holster class. It's whatever, an hour, 2 hours. If you take this class with us, we're going to charge. If you're a member, we charge you a little bit of money, and then we'll sign off on you being able to.
I will give a little name drop. OK Corral in it's Okeechobee, Florida. They do have you go in, you pay about $75.
Yeah.
And they certify you once they see that you're capable with a handgun or whatever.
Yeah.
They'll allow you to run a gun on their property. But cool. This place used to be a golf course. So you're talking about a golf course that has like multiple sections. Right. It's huge. I mean, it's a huge complex.
We're going to bang a Yui here again.
Yeah.
Woo, baby. It is a rental. Awesome.
But yeah.
Gotcha.
It kind of sucks here in Florida a little bit, but for the most part,
it's not so bad.
It's not that bad.
It's not so bad.
Yet.
I know
and they're coming.
They are, and this is one of the things that I've been that I've talked to people about. Even, like Trump or not, he came out and said he was a pro Second Amendment guy. Spoke at the NRA meetings.
Mm-hmm.
The anti-gun folks are still out there, and now they really seem to be much more bold than they used to be.
Oh yeah.
They come flat out and say, "Hey, we are for taking guns from people.
Yep.
We are for more universal background checks. We are for the red flag stuff."
Yep.
And
that's the scary one.
It is.
It's extremely scary.
It is, because you can have an ex-wife, an ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend,
or some guy that you don't even know, and they say, "Oh, I happen to know his name.
I know him, and our kids hang out together, and I don't like him.
Yep.
I don't like that he's a gun guy. He threatened my kid. No due process.
Yep. And they just kick in your door.
Knock on the door. Take your license, take your guns, and then you're done. And then you got to spend God knows how much money on legal fees.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's
scary.
That is way scary. Way scary.
And we're dealing. There's a lot of states that are dealing with it, but a lot of them aren't. I mean, California is definitely probably dealing with it a lot worse than we are, but it's slowly leaking into us. And for me, when I've only been a gun owner for about a year, and I'm slowly starting to understand that when they started this from the Parkland shooting, they have just slowly just stepped in and just kept trying to rip away. And I started showing up at these events, and they've basically almost banned me from showing up. When I show up to some of their public things, they know who I am. They're like, oh, like, no, it's not happening.
Yeah, we need him to go.
He's going to be spewing too many facts and too much knowledgeable information.
Too much common sense.
We can't have common sense here. We got to control it. And that's the scary part, is they all want to be part of their own little section and have no interest in hearing an outsider section, and that's scary for us.
It's and all the stuff that they want to do is put restrictions on the hardware, and then they want to make everybody suspect for wanting to have a gun.
Right.
Yeah, it's way scary.
Yeah.
Way scary.
And like you were saying about Trump, Trump is pro Second Amendment. I mean, I know some of y'all don't think it. The bump stock ban, they're gonna fight that. I know he signed it, but I think it was just to kind of deviate from something else.
Right, to put them at bay.
But I mean, accessories are accessories. I'm hoping it's not that bad, because we're gonna get those back. Don't worry, people. We're getting bump stocks back. If you want them, you can have them. Is this the road that we're supposed to turn on? Woo, doggy.
My deal with bump stocks is this. It's flat out an accessory. The reason that we have bump stocks is because of the NFA of 1934 that said that citizens can't have machine guns unless they have this special piece of paper and pay the $200 tax to get the machine gun license.
Right.
Yeah, exactly, to get the stamp. It's an accessory. That's all it is. That's all it is, and it's just a hunk of plastic. They say you can do it different ways, with your belt loops, with a rubber band. Yeah, all that stuff. When somebody starts sniping people from a rooftop, are they going to say, we need to ban scopes? Yeah. Because scopes make you shoot further.
And that's the scary part, is that they try to ban an accessory. Now does it open up other accessories?
What other accessory are they going to want to put
that's the only thing that scares me, Donald Trump, is that you tried to ban an accessory, and that's the worst part.
Right. No, I don't know. I mean, you've only been in this for a year, and just a little over a year ago was when the bump stock nonsense happened. Yeah. It happened once. One guy did it.
One guy.
We don't have any information. I hate to sound like a conspiracy guy.
Allegedly used the bump stock.
Allegedly, right. We don't know. We don't have enough information on any of this stuff about Vegas, and they want to come after bump stocks. Gun folks didn't know what bump stocks were. The general public, politicians, no idea what a bump stock was.
Same thing with friggin' muzzle brakes.
Yeah, exactly.
And they were like, ban those too.
Oh my God. I don't know if you guys remember this. After the bump stock stuff came out, USA Today came out with a graphic of an AR with it was a collapsible stock sliding back and forth. And they're like, this is the bump stock, and this is what the bump stock does. And I remember sharing this on my gun instruction biz page, and I said, you know what? Finally, USA Today has put out real gun porn. And the stock was just going at it. I'm like, this is gun porn. This is gun porn. It's not even real. It's a collapsible stock being collapsed back and forth. Complete ridiculousness.
Yeah.
All right, well, listen, guys, we are almost back at the campsite. We're all open carrying. That's all right. Don't tell anyone.
Oh, it's so dangerous.
I know, right? You didn't get shot, did you?
Oh, my foot.
Right. Did you get shot?
No, not today.
I didn't get shot today either, and we're all open carrying a bunch of guns. And I mean a bunch. You got, what, like 7 guns on you?
Yeah, 2. I think 3 or 4.
2, and a couple of knives.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
All right, well, listen, you guys, please check out Mike's YouTube page. Solo Yacker, there we go. Check out the Florida Carry stuff. I'm going to put some links for Florida Carry for our buddy Kevin Sona that is organizing this event that we're going to. Please check out the Self-Defense Radio Network at sdrn.us. It is all of your pro-freedom podcasts in one place. Please like and subscribe to the Riding Shotgun YouTube channel and Facebook page and iTunes, and share with a bunch of people. And you guys, I'm going to pull over and shake your hands and make this official and get it all done before we head back to the compound. So, Mike, thank you so much for being on Riding Shotgun.
Thank you.
Thank you. Steve, Keith, or Jenkins? I'm so confused.
It's Stephen Keith Jenkins, because I use my middle name. So a lot of the guys call me by my middle name, Keith.
Right, he's calling you Keith. I'm like, I was introduced to Steve, and Kevin calls you Jenkins. So I'm so confused.
Quite a few.
There we go. All right, well, listen.
In Florida Carry, we had a few Stevens at the time when I became part of Florida Carry as a lead. So I was like, hey, we'll call him by his middle name. So
there we go. All right,
I'm called by all kinds of different things.
That makes sense. All right, listen, we will catch you guys next time on Riding Shotgun with Charlie. Thank you guys for coming on, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
All right.
I got to make sure I get the laughing because I forgot to do it with Rob, and he's like, "You didn't laugh." I'm like, "Oh, sorry." All right, we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks a lot.
Deuces.